Jai Jinendra everyone. Namaskara. This is Nitin HP here from the team at jainatcenters.com. We are here at an ancient 15th century temple dedicated to Lord Adinath, the first Tirthankara. And this temple is at a village called Harave in the Chamrajnagar Taluk and district in the Karnataka state of India. Friends, let's move on and have a quick darshan of this ancient Digambar Jain temple. Friends, as you can see from the exteriors, this is a completely a temple made completely out of stone, and which is still intact in terms of its antiquity and its heritage. And as you see over here, to the right of the temple's entrance, is seen a small Mantapa, and this Mantapa inside it has a very unique sculpture, I should say. This is the sculpture of Brahma and riding on a horse. So it is called as Kudra Brahma Yaksha, and above the Brahma Yaksha is seen another Tirthankara idol in Paryankasana. Probably that is of that might be of Tirthankara Shitalanatha. This is one of the very unique features that is seen over here. Probably very rare to find in any part of Karnataka, I should say, wherein you find both the Brahma Yaksha and Tirthankara being carved onto a single stone. And as we move on, friends, let's go back to the main temple. And this temple, as you can see, is a unique is a structure that has been built completely out of stone without any distortion or anything, and the entire stone structure is been completely intact. As you see over here, you see quite a bit of Shribali Pitas which are being used to perform various rituals. And now we have approached the back of the temple at the area just behind the main Sanctum Sanctorum. As you can see over here, here is the pranala, or the exit portion, exit way for all the Abhisheka's water to flow through. And as you move on, you can see the entire exteriors of the temple are still intact in terms of its antiquity, and as well as the stones. They are all still the same old original stones that were being used when the temple was built. Everything is still intact, which is really a remarkable point and worth noting. And as you see over here, here you see one of the main entrances of the temple, where which has 4 different pillars, and on the pillars you can see quite a bit of attractive carvings. As you can see over here, you can see a person over here, and then you can see the wrestlers fighting amongst the wrestlers scene being depicted over here. And here you see one more carving, and as you see over here, you see a person riding an elephant. Just above that you see a sculpture of a Ganapati, and as you see on the other entrance, on the other pillar to the right of the entrance, you see another person riding one of the other elephants, and you also see another sculpture over there. And as you come over, and this is the main entrance of the temple, which is which directly gives you a darshan of the main deity, that is Tirthankara Adinatha. And here you go. Here are some more sculptures. In the top you see Krishna, the Lord Krishna, blowing his flute, and that has been clearly sculpted. And below that you find a lady over here. And as you come over here, you also see a few other sculptures being carved very nicely. And as we move on, like we are almost approaching the main entrance of the temple. And here you go. You see a person trying to have the bow and arrow in his hand and trying to leave the bow. And as you see over here, you can further see that the entrance of this particular temple is also very attractive, with the faces of an elephant being carved over there. And now we are approaching the main entrance of the temple. As we move on, here you go. The main entrance, where just straight the straight line to the one of the other entrance here to this entrance is seen a Tirthankara idol. This is the idol of Tirthankara Shantinatha. This is the idol of Tirthankara Shantinatha in Kayotsarga, and you can see the Tirthankara idol being carved very nicely and very attractively. and this has been there since time immemorial, since the time the temple has been built. This is not a idol that has been installed off late. Then as you move on, you see to the right of this Shantinatha Tirthankara idol, you find a few other sculptures. And this is the sculpture of Brahma Yaksha riding the horse, or also called as Kudra Brahma Yaksha, which is the Yaksha of Tirthankara Shitalanatha. And here you find quite a bit of small deities of Kushmandini, Padmavati, and Sarvana Yaksha and others. They are all made out of Panchaloha or Panchadhatu. Here you see another stone idol, very attractive idol of goddess Padmavati Yakshi. And just what you see over there, below the feet of goddess Padmavati is seen the Kukkutorga. Besides this is again seen the idol of Brahma Yaksha, the Yaksha of Tirthankara Shitalanatha, and in the head you see the carving of a Tirthankara, which clearly shows or indicates that this is a Jaina Yaksha. And now we are approaching the main Sanctum Sanctorum, and before that this is the Sukhanasi of the temple. And as we move in, and when we are enter the Sukhanasi, you can see a few other metal idols of various Tirthankaras, and you see, as you see over here, this is the main Tirthankara Adinatha, the main deity of this temple. And as you can see, to the right of Tirthankara is seen the idol of, around the feet is seen the carving of Gomukha Yaksha to the right, and you also see the carving of Chakreshwari Yakshi to the left. And this is the beautiful idol being carved out of stone. This is the main deity of this temple, and surrounding the idol is also seen attractive carvings, and this is the main deity of the temple. And let's move on. We also have another Mantapa that is available in this particular temple. Let's move on. And as you can also see the Navaranga is also quite wide and spacious with 4 pillars made out of stone. And now we are approaching we are just coming on to the Mantapa, which is adjacent to the temple. And let's gradually move on to the Mantapa and have a look at the Mantapa and what is that is available in this Mantapa. Friends, as you can see over here, this is a very unique Mantapa being located adjacent to the main temple. And what exactly is written in this, what exactly is this Mantapa all about? Let's try to understand a few more details about this particular temple. And you can see where you see a particular carvings and a few of the an inscription and other details. Let's try to explore more details about this particular Mantapa. And as you see, this is a Mantapa which is there in the exteriors of the, just besides the outside the main temple, and in the top you see quite a bit of plants have grown over a period of time. And in the just below that you see the carving of a Tirthankara, and below that you see some red colored area. That is where you find a 6 lines inscription. The inscription says that it belongs to Saka year 1404, which corresponds to Shubhakruta Samvatsara Chaitra Shuddha 5, which means 24th March 1482. And this inscription indicates that Devarasa, who was the Karanika, means the person who is to maintain the account books of Mahamandaleshwara Veerasomaraya, built a Chaityalaya and a Pakashala Shale at Harave village, and with Adinath Tirthankara or Adi Parameshwara as the main deity. And to ensure the Trikala Puja of the Adi Parameshwara, and for Ahara Dana, that is the food, donation of food, the Veerasomaraya donated a piece of land called as Uyama Halli, and Somasagara was another village where he also had built a water tank or kere, and also there were some fields that he owned, which is also called as Gadde. He gave a few more donations in that relation, in that regard, and also a few other details. and a few other donations so as to ensure the upkeep of the temple is taken care of seamlessly, and that is what this particular inscription in the lintel over there indicates. And you also see an inscription within the temple, within this Mantapa. Let's move on and understand the details of this Mantapa. Before that, friends, to the right of this pillar, you see the Krishna's Kalinga Mardana idol, and to the left, you see another woman in dancing posture. And let's move on to the main section of the inscription. What you see over there, friends, this is a very unique Salikana memorial inscription, and in the top you see a Jina seated in the Paryankasana. Flanking the Tirthankara are seen two women who are holding chauris, and above the Tirthankara is seen Mukkode, and just below the Tirthankara is seen the image of a Muni preaching the Salikana to one of the devotees. In between you also see the Shruta Pita, and below that are seen couple of in the two rows are seen two people each with sitting in folded hands, and in the extreme bottommost portion is seen another inscription. What do these indicate? These indicate that this inscription belongs to Saka year 1408 Parabhava Samvatsara Ashvija Shuddha 13, and it corresponds to 14th October 1486, and it indicates that Devarasa, in memory of his wife, his elder wife Somayi, got this Nishadi inscribed and installed. And along with that we also see a few other carvings of people which I mentioned, and it clearly indicates the names of few people, which is Prabhendu Devaru, Prabhachandra Devaru, Chandappa, Gummai, Devarasa, and Hirya Somayi, means elder Somayi, which clearly indicates probably these are also names of people who might have attained Samadhi by following the ritual of Salikana. However, there is no explicit mention of this, and I think this is one of the very unique Salikana inscriptions that can be found in Karnataka. And with this we come to the conclusion of a live coverage of Sri Adinath Digambara Jinalaya at Harave. Friends, this is Nitin HP here from the team at Jain Centers, bringing it live for you. Thank you. Jai Jinendra.